Hello, and thank you for purchasing Bachmann's exciting rendition of an authentic 460 narrow-gauge locomotive. You know, real railroads knew the importance of good locomotive care and maintenance. That's why they built roundhouses such as this one to aid in servicing their iron horses. Even rugged iron and steel machines like these required regular lubrication and cleaning. Without locomotives, the trains couldn't run. So the railroads treated their motive power with tender, loving care. And likewise, with proper care and attention, your new Bachmann 460 will give you a lifetime of service and pleasure.
This locomotive celebrates the continuing evolution of Bachmann products since our entry into the large-scale model train market in 1988. It's quite amazing when you realize that we've gone from this to this in such a short period of time.
This 460 model will take its rightful place next to Bachmann's other legendary narrow-gauge locomotive models, such as the 36-ton Shea, 25-ton Climax, 440 American, 260 Mogul, and outside frame 280 Consolidation.
The Bachmann 460 is a precision scale model with many of the same features and details found on the prototype, including either Stevenson or Walschaerts valve gear, depending on the prototype railroad being modeled. Other features include complete backhead detail, featuring steam gauge with piping, throttle, fittings and firebox door, brass pop valves and whistle, bell with metal clapper, metal handrails and piping. The Bachmann 460 locomotive also features an LED headlight and an operating smoke unit with on-off switch, and a basic sound system with volume control that will give you an authentic chuff when you run your locomotive. A close look around the locomotive will reveal lots of additional details, including sand lines, piping, end beam with nuts, bolts, and washers, chemically blackened machined metal wheels, and detailed tender trucks. We spent thousands of hours working from drawings and pictures of actual locomotives to painstakingly reproduce a wealth of detail. The result is one of the most realistic models on the market today. The 460 is powered by a precision 5-pole can motor, coupled to our 6th-generation heavy-duty driveline and gearbox, and a first for large-scale model railroading. The Bachmann 460 includes a polarity switch. This additional feature will give you the flexibility of choosing either the NMRA NEM polarity standard or the polarity used by other large-scale manufacturers.
Did you know that the 460 locomotive type was often called a 10-wheeler? The name comes from adding the number of lead wheels, 4, to the number of driving wheels, 6, for a total of 10. Now let's take a look at the role of the 460 in American railroading, and along the way we'll find out a little more about prototype locomotives.
In the 1830s and 40s, the fledgling railroads in the United States began to build westward to tap the vast resources of the American frontier. These early efforts at expansion soon ran up against the imposing slopes and deep river valleys of the Appalachian mountain range. The steep track grades and twisting roadbeds necessary to cross these formidable barriers heavily taxed the railroad's small motive power. To meet the need for more tractive effort, the locomotive builders of the day began to design and construct larger and heavier iron horses. This in turn led to the use of lead trucks and more driving wheels on locomotives so as to spread the heavier locomotive weights more evenly over the lightly built rights of way. Lightweight 420 and 040 locomotives were quickly replaced by 440, 260, and 080 engines. In the 1850s, the first 460 locomotives began to appear. The railroads quickly found them ideally suited for both freight and passenger service. The design quickly proved to be very successful and was soon copied by other railroads across the country. In fact, the 460, along with the 280, became one of the most popular locomotive designs of all time. Over a 70-year period, thousands of them were constructed by almost every builder of locomotives. The 460 design was built in a variety of shapes, sizes, and were used in all types of service: freight, switching, industrial hauling, and of course, passenger trains. Like consolidations, 460s were the go-anywhere, do-anything, maids-of-all-work, workhorses of the railroad industry. They were used around the world on standard gauge, narrow gauge, and even broad gauge railways. Bachmann's 460 is a model of a Baldwin Locomotive Works design that ran on the Eastern Tennessee and Western North Carolina railroads from 1911 until the cessation of operations shortly after World War II. The ET and WNC, or Tweetsie as she came to be affectionately called, rostered 6 of these powerful little locomotives, and they performed freight, passenger, and switching services over their lengthy careers. The Tweetsie 10-wheelers were fairly modern locomotives by narrow gauge standards, being equipped with Walschaerts valve gear and steel cabs. However, following prototype history as an example, Bachmann is making available some 460 models with older style domes, Stephenson valve gear, and wooden cabs. There's a model to suit everyone's taste.